We could test kidney medicine on this, or we could test it on this. We could test heart medicine on this, or we could test it on this. We could test lung medicine on this, or we could test it on these. According to Humane Society International, 115 million animals are used in lab experiments worldwide. But what if they didn't need to be? What if we didn't need real organs to test drugs? These are organs on chips. I'm Daisy Rose decreasing, even though we're spending more money than ever on pharmaceuticals. And before drugs can be given to any actual human beings in a clinical trial, they have to go through a lengthy process of lab and animal testing. Burr took what he learned in art class and applied it to his studies in the lab. Tensegrity became the basis of his career, and it led him to organs on chips. So here's an example of how a lung on a chip is used. Here in the middle, there's this tiny channel that can be filled with fluids. And at this small scale, fluids behave in some interesting ways. There's even a special name for it.
Microfluidics.
In these tiny channels, fluids don't mix with each other. They stay separated by a small membrane, but they can still interact with each other. Scientists fill one side with air and the other with a liquid that simulates blood. On the blood side, there are real, living white blood cells. On the air side, there are human lung cells and bacteria. The air and the blood pass through the channel, and while that's happening, the sides expand and contract. This simulates breathing. And these are the kinds of forces Dr. Ingvar was talking about. Turns out this is a pretty accurate representation of a lung, which is amazing. It means that cells in these tiny chips are interacting with each other like they do inside a real human. And this has some far-reaching benefits. This is Geraldine Hamilton. She's the president of Emulate, a company trying to use these chips to fix the broken pharmaceutical industry, subjecting animals to the dangers of untested drugs. Many of those tests don't even predict how the drugs will work in humans, which can lead to the drug failure. Of course, clinical trials still require time and care to get it right. After all, making sure drugs are safe in humans is the whole reason the process exists. But if organs on chips can help speed up that process at all, or bypass putting animals at risk, they could be really beneficial. There are other groups in California, Germany, and Israel working on this kind of organ simulation too. But Emulate and the Wyss Institute may be uniquely suited to develop a mainstream solution. There's a vibrant blend of hard numbers and creativity, where scientists, engineers, and entrepreneurs are all excited about solving big problems.